to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on us, flaring on us. We Ric Flairin' on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on us, flaring on us. Yeah, we Ric Flairin' on us, flaring on us. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairin', gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death. I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops, they find to these Urkels that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow, who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on us, flaring on us. We Ric Flairin' on us, flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on us, flaring on us. We Ric Flairin' on us, flaring on us. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on us, flaring on us. We Ric Flairin' on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on us, flaring on us. We Ric Flairin' on us, flaring on us.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Face. Yeah. Bubba C. Yeah. Ric Flairin' on him. Ric Flairin' on him. Ric Flairin' on him. Ric Flairin' son up.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at. No cap if the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the leash. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
I would yell, but my wife she got the headphones in, so I won't yell. But happy hump day.
You can say it louder. So.
Happy hump day. There you go. Hey, listen, you already know what it is. It's your boy Scotty back with another one. Now, you see the wife has joined me. She won't be here for the whole show, so I can act the fool later. But right now, wanted to give you guys some things that have been on my mind, and my wife is here to assist. But before I forget, the baby registries are in the link in the description below. Okay. We did our what? We did our hospital tour yesterday.
Yeah, we did the hospital tour.
Yeah.
So that was nice. And shout out to Fly Grace Streak. We are receiving some gifts. I'm looking forward to the Southern
Thank you, Miss
gear.
Fly Gray.
Yes, and baby boy is doing good. Trust me, you guys. He hears his dad's mouth all day.
All day. That's what a good father does.
Yeah,
he
all
deserves.
Day long.
Now, listen, we got a lot of stuff, but I got to start off right with Elite 15 Coffee. This show is brought to you and sponsored by Elite 15 Coffee. You want the best coffee? You want to start your day in an elite way? Go get yourself some Elite 15 Coffee, Black-owned, veteran-owned business. Yo, support today. Link is in the description below as well. Zoe,
No, thank you.
Keep it to yourself.
No, thank you. Listen, Zoe, I love you. I do love you so much. There are some JSU people that I love. Paris, I love her as well. If it is JSU gear,
keep it to yourself.
Please do not.
This what we using JSU gear for. Dabble the forehead.
I'm not gonna do that.
I will. That's what I do. That's what I do.
You guys can just treat us at the tailgates. That'd be my gift. If you want to treat us at said tailgates, I would appreciate that. I don't, my co-host has had to take a call. But he's really taking a call. So let me see. Please like the stream if you're here. Okay. That's one. I would hate to reintroduce a few people into my commercial breaks. The baby's registry links are down below. Hey, Miss Diana. Hey, I'm good. I'm not bumping a lot, but it's a little. Let me see if I can hide those comments. It's a little bump that's poking. So I'm not bumping a whole lot. We are 7 months.
Listen, I usually don't take calls.
I am his opposite. Yes, these laws of music. We are opposite.
I usually don't take calls on my live, but that one was important. That one was important. I got some hot news for you right now. You don't even know, but I got some hot news for you. But anyway, we go keep the show going. All right. I don't know what she was talking about while I was on the phone. Listen, let's get the memberships up.
You haven't even updated the number.
I have not. It's at 246. It's at 246. I did check it. 246. We trying to get to 300. I'll update it when it gets to 300. All right.
I wish it was.
Oh man, listen. So let's go. Pay your tithes and offerings. All right. Pay your tithes and offerings. Become an off-script member. Become a part of the clergy. Part of the cloth.
He's a Leo.
Okay. It become a part in the church and join and be a part of. All right. Now, this is what I brought my wife on here to talk about. This is what we're going to discuss, right? Now, this off-script brand is godly led. It might not seem it all the time, but in the backgrounds, God be moving. Okay, he be moving. We believe in Jesus on these parts, right? And my wife is like churchy beyond churchy beyond churchy. Okay, so just want to be very clear about that. So this is what I wanted to say to you all, right? My journey with God and Jesus has been a long and tenuous one, but I never believed that God was actually real until I met Key, and she, by her walk and by what she did and how she moved and who she was, showed me that God was real and Jesus was real and the power of God was real, right? Because she would pray for stuff and it would come true for me. You know what I'm saying? Like she would pray and then it would happen and it was stuff like this. So this message today, right, is what I'm willing to do in partnering with the family of All Script, the community of All Script is this. Some people have that same journey. Some people have that same, how would you call it, babe? Problem?
Or just struggle.
Some people have that same struggle of, I don't know if God hears me. I don't know if God is real. What does he want for my life? And this message is to you all. And it's for believers as well. If you're a little lost and confused, you can rededicate. That's what they do in the church. You can rededicate. But this message is really for the people who do not believe or don't know if God talks to them or don't know where they want to go or what God's plan is for their life. And I'm going to use this message right here, right? The parable of the sower, Matthew 13:9. It says, the same day Jesus went out to the house and sat by the lake. Such large crowds gathered around him that he got into a boat and sat in it while all the people stood on the shore. Then he told them many things in parables, saying, a farmer went out to sow his seed. As he was scattering the seed, some fell along the path, and the birds came and ate it up. Some fell on the rocky places where it did not have much soil. It sprang up quickly because the soil was shallow. But when the sun came up, the plants were scorched, and they withered because they had no root. Other seed fell among the thorns, which grew up and choked the plant. Still other seed fell on good soil, where it was produced a crop 160 or 30 times that was sown. Whoever has ears, let them hear. This message is not for everybody. Okay. And if it's not for you, just let it roll off your back. You'll be the concrete, you'll be the bird. It doesn't matter. This is for people who understand the struggle of walking and living day to day and not knowing if God or Jesus is real. So what I'm willing to do with my wife.
Don't grab up there.
Okay. This is what we're willing to do, right? For 3 to 5 people for the month of May. Now, this could change, but for right now, 3 to 5 people.
Oh, for the month of May?
For the month of May.
Oh, we can do more.
We can do?
Yeah, we can do. Well, we'll see. Yeah, text.
Well, okay. You can text the number at the top, or you can email us at support.com if interested. Now, what my wife is going to do, and if you listen, like I said, this is for whoever wants to hear it, let it hear. My wife is a prophet. When I tell you she talks to God, she talks to God. Okay, like her and God be communicated. And Blaine, if you could call in to, you could always back me up. Okay, you could always back me up. But so what I want y'all to do, if you're able, if you want to, if it pricks your heart, you could text the number at the top and say, hey, Scotty, I would like to set up a call with Key. If you want to, you can email us and say, hey, Scotty, I'd like to set up a call with Key. We can make that happen. And then she can tell you what God has for your life or what God see. This ain't no Miss Cleo stuff.
Yeah, I'll do the rest of it.
Okay.
Sonny. All right.
Okay.
You can set up the call line. So basically, this is what it is. I am
Hold on. Let me get this because
You are the only participant in the conference.
the white woman is
All
talking.
participants are muted.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So whatever concerns or issues that you're having, if God leads me, because I don't guarantee a prophetic word to everyone. Sometimes with me and my gift, sometimes I'm not released to say anything. That happens with this guy a lot, as you all could probably imagine, because he runs his mouth so much. But if you call and the conversation goes there, I definitely will be more than willing to pray. Y'all don't ever have to worry about me praying with you, and where it goes from there is just where it goes from there. I'm not in the bit if I detect on this phone, because let me tell you guys, in these few months, my tolerance level has changed quite a bit. So if I detect that it's like, oh, I want to play games, or I want to see, I'm going to test it out, I'm not doing that. I will pass you directly to my husband, and you can have your spiritual conversation with him. I'm sure that's not what you want to do at this point in time. But if you really are struggling, or you're in a place, even if you believe in God, but you're just going through a hard time, because we've all been there. I'm sure you're gonna go a little bit into
not really
no,
not today,
okay.
but
right. So we've all may have struggled a little bit with whether God hears us or why we're in a waiting situation. And so talking through that, because sometimes you need a safe space, and just because you love God does not mean that you're always good with God. Sometimes you'll be upset with God. Sometimes you'll be confused, especially when we feel like we're doing everything right. So that's what I'll be doing. Now, if you don't know God at all, or you're struggling on some like, hey, I've never seen him work in my life, we can chat and get from there. It might be like a little like therapeutic prayer call is what I'll call it.
okay.
That works.
I like that. All right. So that is for you all. Once again, I'm gonna bring this up. If you have any, listen, Off-script members do get priority. Okay, they do get priority. So if it's 10 people and 5 that do it, shout out. Come on.
Media.
Come on,
Hey.
it's me. All right. So if there's anything, you know what I'm saying? If it's 10 of y'all and 5 is members, then the 5 members are going to get the priority. You know what I'm saying? But we're here for y'all. You guys are here for us. And my wife is pregnant, so I'm not trying to overload her with, some of y'all got spirits. You know what I'm saying? Some
Leonard,
of y'all,
you sound like Scott.
you know what I'm saying? Some
See,
of you
that's that
members.
foolishness.
Yeah.
That's
I know we asking her that. I've asked her that a couple times.
Yeah.
I asked her that about the Celebration Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she didn't tell me, but anyway, but so those are the things we're trying to do for you guys. So take advantage of it. Like I said, if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's cool. And just keep on doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But that is all. Thank you, babe. Love you. Okay. Now got my space back. All right, now that we the foolishness can begin. Like I gotta get that out first. God come first. You know what I'm saying? But the foolishness comes after. Woo! Now let's start it up. Let's warm it up. First of all, listen, ninjas go ninja. Okay, ninjas go ninja. And Hampton is one of them ninjas. Okay? Hampton is one. Now explain this to me, Hampton. To be as smart as you are, okay? To be as smart as you are, I don't know who the real HU is. That's between you and Howard. I'm not even gonna get into all that. But to be as smart as you are, you got to be the dumbest, okay? The dumbest Negro to make this happen. Okay? To make this happen. Now, this makes no damn sense. None whatsoever. This makes no damn sense. Anthony Henderson looks like the definition of an uppity Negro. And if you've seen Coach Carter, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, can you believe this? Uppity Negro. Sir. You know that ain't gonna help you in this neighborhood, right? You know this ain't gonna help you in this neighborhood, right? This makes no sense, right? And the reason I say this makes no damn sense is because the portal just closed. So you're bringing the guys, okay? The guys that can, now everybody can jump in the portal. Do you not know the rules of this game? When you fire a coach, the guys have the right to leave. Now, I believe the portal closes today. So some of them can't because of the graduate and, grads and not grads or whatever. But why would you, this is so foul. This is so foul. It's just so foul. I don't understand why you should have done this at the end of the season. If you knew you weren't going to go with Robert for at least one more year, then you should have fired him at the end of the season. Bring in a new, this ninjas do it this is just bad business, man. Now you got disgruntled players who feel like they done messed up their life because they came because of Robert. Robert's now gone. Now you got an interim head coach. You're not going to get he going to go through the season. You're not going to get a new coach. What are we talking about? You can't be this dumb. You can't be this dumb. But this, to me, this is, listen, I don't know Anthony Henderson. I don't know Anthony Henderson at all. I don't know Anthony Henderson at all, right? But all I'm gonna say is this: at the end, if the coach is fired, every player on the team gets 30 days to hit the portal. And now they have limited opportunity to sign new players since this is the thing. That's the thing, Blue. That's the thing, Blue. That's my point exactly. Everybody gonna jump in the portal who don't want to be there, right? Because they got the 30 days, like Blue said, and then you've lost opportunity on great players because they've already signed places. Come on, man. Come on, this my pastor right here. If I hope he don't stay on too long because I'm about to act a fool. All right. Now, I know a lot of y'all have already heard the news, and I just got off the phone who told me what it was. Now, I did these slides yesterday. Let me tell you how good your boy is. I did these slides yesterday, right? So we gonna do the off-script search engine for the next Paho State women's coach.
Key to life. How respect you need life. How respect.
I'm telling you, I did these slides yesterday, and your boy on it. Now, you know how Google be, you know what I'm saying? But this is the off-script search engine. So, showing, this is me. I got 3 results, okay? Showing results for the next Paho State women's coach, or search instead for how to get Reed back. How to get Reed back. Either way you want to do the search, you know what I'm saying? But this is the off-script search engine, right? So, my first result. Now, tell me this boy ain't good. Tell me this ninja ain't good, because your boy nice like that, okay? I do my homework. I got my sources. I does my homework. Now, for what has been told, this is the new Paho State coach, women's coach. I'm going to be honest and say I think Ashley Robinson dropped the ball on this one, and I'm an Ashley Robinson fan. I am an Ashley Robinson fan, but I think he dropped the ball on this one, okay? Because it is Margaret Richards as the new Paho State, but this ain't it, okay? This ain't it. But let me tell you who I thought was going to be, I thought he might have gone this way. You know what I'm saying? I thought I thought he might have gone to Janetta Hayes. You know what I'm saying? Former Texas Southern UMBC coach. Her record at Texas Southern was 115, 73 losses, 2 regular season titles, 1 SWAC championship, right? At UMBC, she got skull drugged. She had a good last season, but she got skull drugged, right? But this, we talking about Ashley Robinson. So I had to give my man some kudos. The number 1 choice, I had to give Ashley Robinson the leeway because it's Ashley Robinson. It's SWAC Diddy. If anybody was going to pull this move, it was going to be Ashley. I thought he was going to get Candace Parker. I thought he was going to go get Candace. That's who I thought he was going to go get. I thought, we talking about Ashley freaking Robinson. I thought he was going to go get Candace Parker. I was like, what? Come on, Ashley. Do what you do, baby. Go ahead and work that SWAC Diddy, no Diddy magic. And listen, you can't be dropping eyeballs for Margaret Richards. I'm sorry. You can't be dropping eyeballs for Margaret Richards. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? You dropping eyeballs for Margaret Richards? She ain't won in spades, let alone on the court. The girl can't win in phase 10, but yet you dropping eyeballs for Margaret Richards? Man, stop it. Listen, this is the pure definition of dating down. Oh yeah. Pothole State fans, you not gonna like this one.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
I'm standing on business. You ain't gonna like this one, okay? She ain't won nada. This is dating down. You know what this is? This is when your girl used to be like the VP. You know what I'm saying? You was dating. You know when you bring your girl around and you like, yeah, bro. Hey, yeah, real talk. Yeah, she the VP at Lockheed Martin. Yeah, you know, she a project manager, da. Y'all break up. You go back to your boys and you say, yo, I got me one. And then you bring this new girl around and she a secretary. Now your boy's gonna be like, hey, Dre, let me holler at you real quick, bro. Like, I'm not saying she not cool. She cool. Now she cool. She cool. But old girl was a VP at Lockheed Martin. Like, she was driving a S550. Like, your girl driving a Nissan Sentra. Like, this ain't the same. This ain't the same. This is dating down. Margaret Richards, this is what you gonna do? This what you gonna do? Nah, bro. Nah. Can't let it run. You should have bought out Don Thornton. You should have, if this is what you was gonna do, you should have bought out Don Thornton's contract. It's no way you let listen, bro. Ain't no way you let Don Thornton. I would have bought her contract out. If you gonna stay, listen. You talking about okay? Stay with me now. Come on. You know, I'm gonna give you the whole picture. I'm not gonna give you the frame. I'm gonna give you the whole picture. Think about this. UAPB and Jackson State was a rivalry with Don and Tamika, right? Just because they were the best teams, some of the best teams, and they're both Jacksonians. Margaret Richards gets fired from Alabama A&M. Don Thornton takes that job. Everybody at Alabama A&M is excited. Margaret Richards, who was at A&M for 8 years. I mean, damn. She like George Bush and the presidents. We don't see no progress. What did you really do? You was 8 years at Alabama A&M. What really happened? Those 8 years came and gone. Okay, you're like the George Bush of coaches. I don't see no progress. Right? You was just there. You then go to Jackson, who has just came off of winning a championship. Literally, just came off winning a championship. Just came from an NCAA tournament. You have never taken a team to an NCAA tournament. They have gone the last 4 to 5 years. You see what I'm saying? It just ain't sitting right. It just ain't sitting right. Now, Pothole State fans, I love to see you guys in purgatory because it just looks like that Ashley Robinson juice is wearing off. That's all. Listen. It's like that Space Jam water. It only lasts for a few minutes. Okay? It seems like that Ashley Robinson Space Jam water is rubbing off because TC Taylor ain't gonna be it. Margaret Richards damn sure ain't gonna be it. So, I don't know. Looks like it's gonna be another good year for me with Pothole State fans. Looks like I'm going to be tuning into some Pothole State basketball this year. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So back to the ghetto. In the ghetto. In the ghetto. So that's all. Listen. So, you know, listen. Sometimes you got to date down. Sometimes. And if you don't know what purgatory means, it's the space between heaven and hell that people just live there. You don't know. You waiting for judgment. Okay. You just waiting for judgment. That's what purgatory is. So you in between heaven and hell, just waiting for God to say yay or nay on you. Okay. And that's what Paho State about to be in. Purgatory. Okay. You about to number 336,000. Jackson State. Oh, that's me. Ooh, purgatory. Woo! Purgatory. Oh man. It's gonna be some funny times. Listen, man, I hope y'all enjoy that press conference. I hope y'all enjoy that press conference. Yeah. Oh man. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. Y'all should make sure y'all should definitely you know, put that on. I just want to hear the press conference. You want? Listen, I'm sorry. I got to stay on this a little bit. We talk about white people failing up. Hey, ninjas in the HBCU world, they be failing up too. Let's not play this game. Okay? Let's not play this game. Ninjas be failing up too in HBCU. This woman, look at this woman's record. You say what you want. She's a loose. I won't say the L word, but she didn't have a good record, okay? Because you know, y'all get if it was a guy and I called him a loser, it'll be cool. But if it's a woman, I shouldn't talk to her like that. So I won't. I thought we were doing equality, but I won't say that. She's had what she needs professional development. That's the corporate version is you need professional development. You know what I'm saying? You need some more development going on because this ain't it. Okay. Unsuccessful. Thank you, sir. Unsuccessful. That's what this says to me. 8 years at A&M with better resources, you were unsuccessful. You don't even have a winning record in the conference. You don't even have a winning record in the conference. Come on, man. Stop. What are we doing? What are we doing? Listen, let me tell you this. I would have been okay with Johnetta Hayes, right? I would have been okay. I would have been a little worried about if Paho State was going to be good, but I could have rocked with this one because of her success at Texas Southern, and nobody has success in Texas Southern. Nobody has success at Texas Southern. So I would have been okay with her getting this job. I would have been like, she back in the SWAC. She could probably get her footing again. Blah, blah, blah. You know, UMBC was a hiccup. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool. Maybe. But you go with a woman who just got fired. She was just fired for being ass at her last job. And you are a 4-time. The coach, listen, I'm sorry, guys. I know y'all like, Scotty, you beating the dead horse, but I need y'all to understand who she replacing. You're replacing one of the greats. You're replacing one of the greats. The damn SWAC, I named the SWAC tournament the Tarika Reed Invitational. That's how damn good this last coach was. I'm not. She stepped down. She didn't want to get fired. Because she been ass. She knew she was ass. That's just a nice way to say, that's like, I'm resigning knowing you about to get fired. You didn't want to get fired. You've been there 8 years. You talking about getting a free check. You've been there 8 years and ain't won shit. That's a free check. You was getting a free check. It's funny to, okay, I'm in my bag today. I'm sorry. Like, think about this. This is how bad this hire is. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is how bad the hire is. The person that replaced her has higher expectations than the woman that left.
Need a life, money, house, bet you need in life.
Don Thornton hasn't won one game for Alabama A&M, and they already expecting her to run the conference. Think about that. Think about that. She has more expectations coming from UAPB to Alabama A&M and having the expectation to win a championship than Margaret Richards at Jackson State. Again, Don Thornton took UAPB. If you knew the HBCU basketball or anything, UAPB is like the Detroit Lions before they got Jared Goff, okay? That's how bad they were. She took the Detroit Lions to the NFC championship. She took the Detroit Lions to the SWAC championship. That's how good Don Thornton is. This woman been here 8 years, ain't seen a champion. Not even appearance. Not even an appearance. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love Ashley Robinson. No Diddy, right? Absolutely love him. No Diddy. This ain't it. Now, this ain't it. This ain't it. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. This ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it. I'm gonna tell you this. Her expectations are in the same boat as the FAMU Bridget Gordon. If Bridget Gordon has a better year, I just need y'all to think about this. Think about this. If Bridget Gordon from FAMU has a better year than Margaret Richards at Jackson State, that woman needs to be fired.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on.
If Bridget Gordon and FAMU have a better record than Jackson State, you heard what I said. 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 All right, let's get into it. Now, it has been a crazy 24 hours. And if you don't live on Twitter, you do not know what is cooking. You don't know what's cooking, right? Okay, let me go back. Let me go back this. Let me say this. I think you either go one or two ways, right? This is I would have preferred Ashley Robinson get somebody at a lower level and brought them up who had been a winner, or maybe somebody who was an assistant coach at another program who's a winner. But to go get somebody who was a loser in your conference doesn't make any sense to me. That's just me personally, but to each his own. All right. Now, game of believe or lie. Y'all like how I did that? Y'all like how I did that? You get it? Believe, I believe, lie. Okay, anyway. Right? The Prime Colorado Christian Center has some turmoil going on, which you know I just love because I love some mess.
Oh, goddamn.
You know I love some mess. Oh, I love some mess. Because I'm what?
I'm petty, 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 I'm petty.
Woo! Love me some mess. Love me some mess. Now, Xavier Smith is a former DB at Colorado. Now, The Athletic had to put out an article. And let me say this, okay? I know my pastor's in the comments, so please, Pastor, pray for me. For all you Dion Nutsack defenders. Okay, for all you Dion Nutsack defenders, listen, you cannot get mad at the Athletic for posting a negative article about Dion. We're in the business of clicks. Dion is clickbait. It's part of the game. Just like he wants all the fame and celebrity when he's doing well, it's going to be the same thing when that train is about to get off the tracks. Okay? It's no different than Fox News, aka HBCU Game Day, still was talking about Colorado and what's that white black Bama, the Tolly Carr, right? Tolly Carr was interviewing Neely, and that Bama's still in Colorado. Neely, can you tell us what's going on in Colorado? Because we're still interested in the HBCU players that are playing there. What? Your name is HBC. We won't even get into that. We won't even get into that. Now, let's talk about this, right? Deion Sanders, this is The Athletic, says, recommended Xavier Smith hit the transfer portal like many others. He didn't. During spring practice, Smith felt more like an extra in the background of the reality show. Frustration set in before he eventually left for Austin Peay. This is Xavier Smith's words. I was actually getting mad, like tears. Let me blow this up a little bit for y'all. I was actually getting mad, like tears coming to my eyes because, bro, you never even tried to get to know me. Xavier Smith recalls Deion Sanders telling him he should enter the spring transfer portal. He was destroying guys' confidence and belief in themselves. The way he did it, it could have been done with a little bit more compassion. Now, if you knew to this, if you knew the off script, okay? If you knew the off script, understand I'm not a fan. I hate on everything Colorado. I hope Colorado lose in a race. Okay, I hope Colorado lose at Jacks. I don't give a damn what. If Colorado and Prime have something to do with it, I hope they lose. I don't give a damn if it's checkers. I hope they lose. King me, okay? Lose. So, one thing about this is this. You can't get mad at this kid's experience. You cannot get mad. I'm going to say it again. You cannot get mad at this kid's experience. This is his truth. Just like people let Deion spew all the rhetoric and all the narratives that he likes to spew out, right? I'm coming, we coming, no Diddy, right? All that. Nobody says nothing about that. When he talks about I'm coming and we coming and he coming and she coming and no Diddy, right? All that. We gonna be this. Do you believe now? When he's spewing all these narratives, right? When he's talking, because he did this same thing at Jackson State. That first year prom was nasty work. But he could do it. Well, I won't say he could. He did it and he could back it up. Why? Because he said in the spring year, that COVID season, he said, get me now because you're not going to get me later, right? And he meant that, and he ended up going undefeated for the next 2 years in the SWAC, right? But this is another level of competition. This is another level of money. And that same rhetoric and that same style does not work on the FBS level because everybody got cars. Everybody got money. Everybody got resources. They don't need the name of Deion Sanders to recruit players. They got a bag just like you got a bag, right? So the level is more even playing field. But when he was at Jackson State, he was getting rid of players left and right from the former Jackson State team. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Nobody in the media nobody in the media came crying then. I was the only one. And let's keep it a buck. It was a lot of YouTubers who jumped into that space and was Deion dick riding too. Okay? Even my fandom for Jackson State for that first year, I still called out Prime. I'm like, bro, you can't do kids like that. These are still young men. These are still kids. He was trying to get rid of All-American players for Jackson State last year. He was trying to get rid of Keontae Hampton, right? He was trying to get rid of star players of last year's team because that's what he does. He brings in everybody that he wants. And most coaches do it. They just don't do it the way Deion does it. But most coaches do that. So I'm not going to take that away that that's not his right to build the team, the way that he wants to. But it's a way to go about doing it. And what makes it even worse, and I'm going to also say, is the way that he promotes Christ and Christianity and the way you treat these kids is completely false. In the Bible, it says you're judged by the fruit that you bear. And the way you treat these young men is not it. Now, I'm not going to say Deion is not a Christian. I would never say that. That is his walk with God. Just like I got my own walk. Just like everybody got their own walk. But the fruit that you bear when you're on and you're talking all this stuff, but it's a double plague message. It just seems like a double plague message. That's all I'm saying. Is you pray for kids and pray for this and I pray, God bless them and amen and oh man, God's been so good to me. Oh God, but baby, God, and I'm just like, but what you're showing, you're not showing the Listen, you can fire somebody in compassion. That's all Xavier Smith was asking for, is for you to show compassion. You can tell him he sucks and be nice at it. It's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with building your team the way you want to build it. It's just how you go about doing it. It's just how you go about doing it. It's the same thing I said about you and your daughter. What you said about your daughter did not need to be said in public. You can tell your daughter it was a dumb decision behind closed doors. The way you treat these young men, this is his experience. It's his truth against your truth. He said, she said, then the truth. But you know what? This is just, let me tell you something about how I think, right? I think there's some people, let me be honest. There's some people, it doesn't matter how Deion lets them go. He could have been like, hey, man, I really see the potential in you. I really want you to start somewhere else, but it's just not going to be here. He could have done it really nicely, and there's going to be some people who just don't get it. They'll just say, Deion hating on me and all this. But what I would say is this. There's going to be some kids that I believe, this is my mind thinking, that if Deion, you're talking about Deion Sanders, if Deion Sanders told you this, hey, man, I'm going to be honest, I'm a football player. If I was a wide receiver for Colorado and Deion Sanders sat me down and said, man, Scott, let me tell you something. I love how you work. I love your passion. I love your drive. I just don't think you're talented enough to play for the team that I'm trying to build in Colorado. But you know what I'm going to do? Whatever you need from me, whatever coach you need to call, whatever recommendation I need to give to tell people how hard you work and what you're doing and how well you did it, I'm all for it. But you're just not for Colorado. I would be, let me tell you, because I was such a Deion fan, I would call my daddy and say, Dad, listen, I'm getting in the portal, but Deion said I'd be working. Deion said I'd be working. He said I work so hard, I'm just not, the talent that he bringing in, just a little bit better than me. But Dad, Deion told me I'd be working, so I think I got something. You see what I'm saying? It's just a way you can do things that make somebody feel good even when they're in a bad situation. And now this kid would have been one of your advocates like, hey, listen, real talk. Deion wasn't like that to me. I can't speak nothing but high things about Deion and the way he let me go and all this and this and that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because you still are Deion Sanders. You still are Deion Sanders. So your football words mean everything to somebody playing football. You see what I'm saying? Like, if Deion tells you you're good, hey, bro, you're good enough to play at a D. You're like, hey, shit, Deion told me I'm good. Hell yeah, I'm about to go try. That's just what it is. But here we go. Now, this is the part that I like. Shout out to this guy. I can't pronounce that name to save my life, okay? But I like this. He said, notably, Xavier Smith went on to earn FCS Freshman All-American honors playing DB at Austin Peay, while Colorado finished 127th nationally in passing defense and 98th in coverage grade. Even if he didn't start, hard to argue he wouldn't have provided quality depth as a freshman. Now, what were people saying all year about Colorado? They don't have any depth. They don't have any backups. If their starters go down, you know what I'm saying? This is what it is. That's a possibility as well. Hey, Rodrigo, that's a strong possibility as well. I'll give you that. That's a good point. You know what I'm saying? So this is what it looks like. So the kid ain't, listen, he might not have been D1 caliber at Colorado, but I'm confused. Don't you have over 100 years of NFL experience? You couldn't develop him? That's that word.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
Now, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but from my recollection, you talk about how much NFL experience you got on this staff. Where the development at?
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Just a thought. Now, this is where it gets ugly. This is where it gets ugly. Shedeur Sanders says, I don't even remember him, to be honest. Bro had to be very mid at best. Now, I just want to know if people going to keep the same energy. Because I heard NFL draft reports tell me that Spencer Rattler dropped in the draft because of his high school documentary on Netflix. I'm going to say that again. I heard from multiple sources on ESPN. We all heard it, so I got like some special sources, but ESPN reported it. Fox reported it. NFL Network reported it, that Spencer Rattler fell in the draft because of his high school documentary on Netflix and the way he came off and his personality and all those type of things. Now, me personally, I don't think this is a big deal. I'm going to just keep it a buck with you. I don't think it's a big deal. But if we're grading it on the same scale and standard, and you take everything Shedeur has done, listen to me when I'm telling you, this in itself is not a big deal. But when you add the watch, when you add all the Oregon, when you add him walking onto Oregon trash talking, because let me be very clear. I don't even want it to be like a white and black thing. I didn't like when Baker Mayfield planted the flag in Oklahoma, in Oklahoma. I didn't like that. I'm just to be honest, right? I'm gonna just be honest. So I just think when you add in this tweet and you add all the antics that Shedeur has done, it does make you think of his character a little differently. That's all I'm saying. I don't think this is a big deal. Let me just be honest. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. I don't think it's a big deal. I'm like, okay, you think it was mid or whatever. But the way people have blown this tweet up, I think it's a little, you know what I'm saying? That's my part. That's my issue. And this is what, and now Blue, I heard about that. I didn't watch the whole Spaces, but I got a snippet of it when he talks about a certain issue. So let me bring that up.
The thing is, I be cool with everybody that ever left. I always been cool with them. You guys, any one of them, how Shedeur fans. I've been cool to every last one of them, to everybody, because it's a family thing. But then it's just weird whenever, people go on media and be on that because it was nothing but love. And at the end of the day, that's Pops too. So it's like, I can't let nobody just sit there and cap on them like repeatedly, especially players, that been here. That I'll be cool, but the thing is, I'll be cool with everybody that ever left. I always been cool with them. You guys, any one of them, how Shedeur fans. I've been cool to every last one of them, to everybody, because it's a family thing. But then it's just weird whenever, people go on media and be on that because it was nothing but love. And at the end of the day, that's Pops too. So it's like, I can't let nobody just sit there and cap on them. Like,
Okay. You don't want nobody to sit there and cap on them. You don't. How is anybody capping on Dion when Dion caps? Dion is the kid that eats the cookies and says, I didn't have no cookies, and he got crumbs all over his mouth. You didn't eat none of the chocolate chip cookies. I didn't eat none of the chocolate chip cookies. I don't know where they went. So why is your hand got chocolate on it? I was washing my hands in chocolate soap. You was washing your hands in chocolate soap. Yeah. You haven't heard of chocolate soap? Yeah, I was washing my hands. So why you got crumbs all over your mouth? Oh, this bread. Oh, those bread crumbs. Oh, okay. Like, that's what Dion is. Like, bro, I caught you red-handed. Hand in the cookie jar, and you still lying. Your dad does it to himself. Your dad puts out enough content to show you who he is. Case in part.
Business to do with Jackson State, because whatever I start, I'm gonna finish. And we gotta go win this championship. We gonna do that. But then shortly thereafter, I just want you to know.
Anybody remember this? Anybody remember this? Okay, let me remind you.
I'm coming. Not to compete, but to win. Not to show up.
Not to compete, but to win. That's a lie. 4-8.
But to show out. Not to be amongst the rest, but to be the best. I'm coming. I'm flat out coming. This is real. This ain't no ESPN or this ain't one of the networks you just happen to see me on. I'm right in front of you. You know why? Because I'm coming. I'm coming to restore, to replace, to re-energize some of y'all that are salvageable. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody just sit their butt in the seat ain't gonna have a seat when we get back.
Everybody sitting under the seat ain't gonna have a seat to get back.
But I'm coming. I started, and we're gonna go dominate, then we're gonna work. I'm coming to work and not to play. I'm coming to kill it and not to kick it. A desire, a different need, a different capacity. It's gonna be a different reach. I'm coming. See, by now you gotta feel it. You can feel what I'm saying. You can feel where I'm coming from. And you know I ain't playing because I got the credentials to back it up. I'm coming. And you're gonna hear me. Because it's gonna be little solid little footsteps that you don't even have to strain. But you're gonna know I'm coming. Just the sake of my voice, the commitment to excellence, that there's not gonna be any more mediocrity, period. I'm coming. Some of y'all that really got it, that really want it, and really deserve it, and you gotta play beside a fool that don't want it, don't deserve it, that don't even love it, I promise you it's my job to get rid of it. Come. I love everything about this institution. I mean, the academics prevalence, no crime, beautiful city, beautiful state. God sent me to a place, he sent me to a place to be a conduit of change. Okay. Uniforms may not even look like they look now. Okay. The cleats, I guarantee you it's gonna be some special. Okay. We got a few positions already taken care of because I'm bringing my luggage with me. And it's Louis.
I'm bringing my luggage with me, and it's Louis.
Oh, goddamn.
Okay. It's gonna be changed. So I want y'all to get ready to go ahead and jump in that portal and do whatever you're gonna get. Because the more you jump in, the more room you make.
So that ain't your dad? That ain't your dad telling people to get in the portal? That ain't your dad telling people to leave? That ain't your dad. That ain't your dad? But they capping though. Now he did that. He put that out on YouTube. I didn't record that secretly. I didn't record that with my handheld camera and my phone. He recorded that and put that on YouTube for the world to see. But all of a sudden, the kid lying. You know that's Pops. That's Pops, man. That's Pops. When you capping on Pops. We talking about the cereal? Because ain't nobody capping on him. He pretty much he told on himself. And this is a pattern. This is a pattern. Same thing he did at Jackson. The same thing he doing at Colorado, just with less success. Now, it wouldn't be Deion if you get tell your son to stop acting like he the coldest out here, then put up 4-8 season.
Oh, goddamn.
I don't understand how can a fan base be so excited and you ninjas were 4-8 last season. 4-8. Y'all act like y'all was 8-4 and was 2 games away from the college football playoffs. Y'all ninjas was trash. Trash. Come on, man. He will be a top 5 pick. Where your son going? I got time today. Now, call lines are open, 518-263-8124, 518-263-8124. Now, if you don't know who Quincy Avery is the QB coach for Deshaun Watson, for CJ Stroud, Deshaun Kaiser. Like, he does this. This is what he does. He makes his money being an NFL professional QB coach. And Quincy Avery says he's wearing prescription dad goggles. If he does, his arm is weak and he's not athletic. Traits make you a top 5 pick. He doesn't have any of the desirable ones. I am going to have to push back on one thing. Shedeur has accuracy. Shedeur's accuracy is like that. I'm not gonna take that away from him. You know me. Listen, I'll tell you what it is. You get what I'm saying? I'll tell you what it is. And I will agree where I will agree. But his accuracy is good, and his pocket presence is pretty damn good. The rest of it, I'm going to leave it alone, right? I'm going to leave it alone. But what I can speak to What I can speak to, which I feel Shedeur is elite at, his accuracy and his pocket presence. You can talk about the sacks. Some people say he takes sacks because he doesn't want to drop the completion percentage. You know what I'm saying? That's why he doesn't throw the ball away. It's all fair, right? It's all fair in love and war. So I'm not going to act like there's not. But the Bama said his arm is weak and he's not athletic. So, and you're see, listen, it's like this. I can't come to you if you worked as a neuroscientist, right? Like my boy Blue. My boy Blue used to be like dissecting rats in like brain. Like he would like dissect rats and dissect the rat brain. Like that's how smart Blue is. I can't go in Blue's lab and be like, yeah, man, you're not doing that right. You need to get the 30th scalpel, the 5th scalpel to the right and do that. I don't know, right? You have to listen. There has to be you have to give some kind of credence to what Quincy Avery is saying because why? He's seen it. He's seen the Deshaun Watsons. He's seen the Deshaun Kaisers. He's seen the CJ Strouds. He's seen these guys at pro levels of what makes them pros. He's the quarterback coach for Jordan Love. You get what I'm saying? So there's a lot to that. All I'm saying is there has to be some type of credence you have to give his opinion on what he sees on Shedeur, right? And I think, if I'm being honest, it might be a weak QB draft, so he might go top 5. 85-72 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, what up, Scotty? Hey, I was the one, man. I'm aisle 5, man. I shot that to you, man. I'm going to tell you something. For a guy to profess God, where is the humility? Where is the humbleness? All I'm seeing is pride. You know, Jesus said in the Bible, he said, the way you treat the least of these, the way you treat the least of these, man. Man, listen, I'm not saying it's the man not a Christian, man, or you don't believe in God. But, man, like you said, where is the fruit, man? Where is the tree? Where is the fruit? You know, your fruit's going to show who you are as an individual. And I just feel like if you don't like the guy, it's a better way to do it. But going around talking about God this, God that, from a guy who actually is in the ministry, who is in the club, some of that stuff, man, I just don't get down with Dion. And listen, I met Prime. I had a buddy who was right there with Prime, with his son and stuff, played the All-American game. And, man, I'm going to just be honest with you, man. If you're a true person of the faith, it's the way that you handle yourself. And I'm just saying, it seemed like it's all about his son. I'm going to be honest with you. His son, Shedeur, he saw after that dude at South Carolina, the same thing can happen to him, too. The same way that documentary on Netflix played out, and that brother didn't get picked into the 6th or 7th round, the same thing can happen to Shedeur, too. So, brother got to have some humble pie because you know and I know, when you bring a quarterback into the locker room, he has to be able to connect with the other players, or they're not going to want to go to battle with him, or they just let him sit up there and get hit over the head like he did last year in Colorado, where the line definitely couldn't hold no water. And I'm going to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised that some of them guys let the hits happen to him because, man, the brother, he had for people that, I'm not saying his sons don't project that, but for him to project so much, he so much religiology. He love God. What? Come on, bro. Where's the humbleness? Where is you saying all this stuff? You like a sounding brag, but there's no love in your heart. Granted, the young man may not be able to play for you, but it's the way that you treat people, man.
That's fair.
And you was right, spot on, man. I was drinking the Kool-Aid, man. I was in the Deion Sanders Christian Center, man. But now I don't woke up, man. God has woke the scales off I'm like Paul on the road of Damascus. God has told me, brother, that brother ain't sending you the right direction. You need to leave that guy right now and come follow me. Because that guy, Deion, he ain't right, man. And Scotty, you've been calling it from day one. He ain't right, man. Something ain't right with that dude. And I'm going to tell you something. And you said it. When his sons is gone, he gone. And I think that's why Dylan Edwards hit the portal and got there. And think, hey, I got one question. Are you going to make sure you you do a live show when Kansas State take on Colorado.
Oh, you know it. You know it.
I just want to know, Scotty, because I'm telling you, when I saw him go there, the first thing I thought in my head is, you see how Kansas State like to run that football? Boy, that defensive line ain't right. If Warren ain't got that line together, woo!
It's gonna be a long day.
Ugly, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, appreciate the call though.
Ugly, but thanks a lot, man. Be cool.
Hey, let me say this, right? In 73-19, I'm coming to you. And shout out to KJ. I see you in the chat, KJ. It's been a long time, KJ. It's been a long time. But let me say this. I understand that we all, the thing about it is this. My whole thing is don't put nobody on a pedestal. That's my thing. I don't put my pastor, I don't know if he's still in here. My pastor, no, I don't put nobody on a pedestal. I don't give a damn what pastor, apostle, bishop. I don't believe in putting nobody on a pedestal, right? Because I understand everybody is a man. Everybody has sins. Everybody is flawed. So when people say, oh, pastors aren't right, no shit, Sherlock. They're men, right? And everybody, but it's all about how you handle yourself. If you're calling yourself a pastor and you're holding yourself or you're conducting yourself in a different light, I got to hold you accountable for what you're doing. Because you have a certain position and you're not doing it according to the position or the title that you're holding, right? So there's two titles that Deion is holding. One as coach and one as a Christian, right? And he promotes that banner. He promotes that banner in everything he does. He doesn't hide that he's a Christian. He doesn't hide anything. He promotes it to the fullest extent. Anything go well in his life, it's God. Anything goes bad in his life, it's haters. It's people having negative energy towards him, right? You got to keep that same energy on both sides of the aisle. That's all I'm saying. 73-19 is coming to you.
Yo, what's up with it, Scotty?
What's up, man? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Man, it's Xavier. I'm calling from Jack. I just wanted to say, bro, man, how do you not take in consideration what Quincy Avery saying about a quarterback guru, someone who specializes in training quarterbacks? How do you not take that into consideration on what he's saying about Shedeur?
You have to. I mean, I know Quincy Avery isn't an official scout of the NFL, but you have to take what he's saying because this is his job. Like, this is his livelihood. And I want to be very clear. He has worked out. He has worked out Shedeur Sanders and has been around Shedeur when he's worked out as well. So just want to put that in perspective as well. Go ahead.
Yeah. I just wanted to come in on that, though, man. I just wanted to call in, man, and come in on that, man. Long live Kofi, man.
Oh, man, appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so.
Hey, you know who he remind me of, X? He remind me of that dude, Leggett from the Carolina Panthers. He'd be like, man, I was having him up, man. I was gonna be up there, man. They told me they would come give me mine, and I was just happy as a squirrel going up a tree getting the nut, man. That's what he remind me of, that dude from the Panthers. 81-13 coming to you.
Hey, Scotty, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Tim from New Orleans, man.
What's up, Tim? Talk to me.
Hey, man. What's funny is it's how everybody now mad at Shedeur because he said something about his dad, man. I'm just gonna say this, and I'm not going to get too crazy about it. It still amazes me how we have been crying across the sphere for black coaches to be in the NFL and college. Now, we just happen to get Deion Sanders to go to JSU, to go to Colorado to coach, right? Our community was in an uproar because he left JSU. I know you don't like Deion. I don't know what happened, why you don't like Deion so much, but that's on you, all right? That's up, whatever transpired to you and Deion, that's fine. But Deion come to a whole white school, right? And do things so differently from any other coach out there. He's doing things his way. And nobody's used to any of this and just throwing arrows at him. So whatever he does, I guess, like you said earlier, he's going to get some backlash to some of that stuff. But what I'm hearing coming across the network all the time is nothing but a lot of black folks. Anything he does, anything a kid say he did, we don't know what happened. We don't know what transpired. We just know that kid is saying something when he leaves his program. Then everybody instantaneously think Deion he ain't shit all of a sudden. He was good and bad and big over at Jackson State, but now he just trash. He don't know what he's doing. This and that. He lost. He's 4-8. He ain't shit. Because that's how we. I'm so excuse my language, but that's how we a whole culture. We base everything off of wins. I don't give a damn if you just started yesterday. If you don't win, you ain't shit. Get out of here, right? So now we don't know what Deion told these young men. We don't know what's going on. Deion and whoever coaches talk to the kids when they left. I would want to think that Deion said get the fuck out. I don't think he said that. I think this kid thought they was going to get a position and then get the position and leave. And soon as somebody put a microphone in his face, this is the only way they can get to Deion, just like Deion's wife. Only way they can get to Deion is go to the media and say whatever they want, knowing that's the only way they can get to him.
Mr. Timmy, hold on. No, because I'll let you go for a little minute. I just want to comment on one. I want to comment on one point that you said. If Deion is doing all of his stuff in the media, why wouldn't people respond to him in the media? That doesn't make sense to me. Answer that for me.
No, I just said that. Like you said, I said the only way that folks can get back to Deion is in the media.
So what's wrong with that?
Who said they're right? Or who's there? Nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with that.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying is who knows the truth? Now, our society is like this. We're going to believe the outside more than we believe the inside. Depends how we feel about the person inside, i.e. Deion Sanders.
That's fair.
Because the way he's been running, and the way he's been talking. Deion got to talk about a school who's nobody never talked about in 25 years until he went there. All of a sudden, Colorado's in the news. And Deion doing things his way makes it even worse because nobody heard a coach talk like Deion or act like Deion ever. So he's going against all the grain. So when he don't win, here we go. If his son say anything to defend him, anybody say anything to defend him, especially his family, that's like talking about me. His family comes to his pop's defense because the Deion son knows the players. If he's be able to speak on it, like, okay, I guess Deion Sanders was.
Let me push back. Let me push back just a little bit. Let me push back with you, Mr. Timmy. My question is this: okay, I agree with you that we don't see people like Deion. Deion is Deion, right? He's a one of one. My issue is. You can go to any sport. The person who talks the most has the most vitriol amongst fans. You either hate him or you love him. Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali. We can go on and on. There's always a side of the spectrum that wants to see them lose, and it's always a side of the spectrum that wants to see them continue to win. The spectrum that's winning right now is the people that want Deion to lose. Why? Because he went 4-8. Results matter in this business. Now you can say, "Oh, Scotty, it's only 1 year." That's not how he was talking. He was talking like he was gonna come out the gate with a bowl game. And if Deion would have came out the gate with
right?
If Deion, miss me with that. If Deion would have, no. Because you can't have it both ways. You can't say, "Oh, he's the only black coach," and we don't, and then say, "Oh, it's publicity," because it comes with it.
How do you sell your program, Scotty?
You sell your program by the field. You think Kirby Smart comes out and talks about how good his program is? No, he wins. You think Nick Saban?
No, I'm saying it's how he got. I'm saying that's how he got his players there. The players that he got to replace the one that left. How do you think he was supposed to get them?
The players that he got came there because he's Deion Sanders. Like, that's the reason why they came. That's the only reason why Colorado was on national television is because he's Deion Sanders. That's it. It wasn't because they're winning.
Right? Everything came to him. But he had to sell himself.
Okay, he sold himself to 4-8. Now we can't talk bad about him?
No. That's not what I'm saying.
So what are you saying?
Gonna get told. You like I said at the beginning. You came there. You didn't have. We base everything off of winning.
Okay.
I know you heard me say that.
Yes.
Say that. I say everything's based on winning. When you don't win, no matter what, if you don't win, you shit. I cuss a little bit. I'm sorry about that.
You're fine.
What I'm saying is, dude, I understand the methodology, the mentality of what everybody's saying. I know most people that that want Deion to shut up and just coach. They have never seen no black coach that in his position, an authoritative position, talk this much to the media, to everybody, put stuff on camera and everything. So he's been judged every which way but loose. But now everybody's going to make up their own narrative. They're going to make up the narrative who they see, right? And you see different things. You don't see just bad stuff now too, Scotty. We see good, bad, and you see, hey, if you got a football team, like the perfect example you gave earlier, you said, hey, let me bring you in my office. Look, you're a great player. You made that whole spiel you gave?
Yeah.
And make them feel good, but you got to go home anyway, right? You know what I'm saying? If we don't know if Deion did it or not. We all basing off the kid. So everybody wants to believe the kid before they believe the coach because of who he is. That's all I'm saying.
What I'm saying to you, though, Mr. Timmy, is this. You said make up a narrative, right? It's easy to come up with a narrative when you show the world everything. Now, you don't okay, I won't say everything. That's not true. You show the world 75% of what everything is, and then that 25% you keep closed behind locked doors. But based off the 75%, we can assume, and you're losing on top of that, we can continue to assume. It's nothing. It's nothing.
Now, what did he win now? Now, what if he won and won?
Listen,
he would, let's say he won 7 games this year, right?
If he wins 7,
or he won 3 extra games. So now, he's going to be considered a winner now?
Yeah, because Colorado never been to a bowl game.
What if he goes to a bowl game and lose? He's still be considered a winner?
Listen. I'm a realist, right? If he got Colorado to a bowl game the first year, I said on my channel, build that Bama a statue. That's what I said. I said, if he got Colorado to a bowl game, build him a statue and give him the Coach of the Year title as well, right? Because you took a 1-11 team and now Deion Dick Riders will tell you, well, Scotty, man, we were close, but you didn't get it. You didn't. It didn't happen. You lost to Stanford. You lost the games you should have won. My thing is this. Going into year 2, I do expect you to be better. Why would I expect you to be the same? I don't expect you to get worse. You got another year with Travis, another year with Shedeur. You should get better, right? Now, do I want you to go to a bowl game? No, because then I can't talk my shit. You know what I'm saying? But if he does go to a bowl game, I got to give him his credit. I got to give him his credit.
Right.
Yeah.
I know you're watching, though. You see that he's getting at least some better players. Do you not see that?
Listen. I think this is what happens.
No. I'm just saying this.
No. Listen. It
won't matter until he wins games.
No.
You do see him getting better players.
This is the issue I have with Colorado fans. Is they act like nobody else is recruiting. That is my issue. They act like everybody just sitting on their hands and Colorado the only one recruiting out here. It's just the only thing that you focus on is Colorado and what they're bringing in. Nobody cares about what
Colorado's showing. Only Colorado is showing what they're recruiting. No one else is. On television, on well-off media, they're showing every aspect of their whole program. No one else is doing that. So that's why everybody, like you said earlier, everybody's looking at Deion because he's showing everything. So you give me content, okay, brother. I'm gonna tell you what I feel about your content.
That's
because no other school is. They're going to 10, right? They're going to Pac-10 now or something like that.
He's in the Big 12.
So we don't even. Well, now, is that a good? That's a good place to play football.
It's a great conference. It's a great conference to be in because they lost the powerhouses that they lost Texas and Oklahoma. If Texas and Oklahoma was still in there, he wasn't winning 6 games. I don't care what you're talking about, right? I don't give a damn who you talking about. Right. But you lose Texas and Oklahoma, all those games you can be competitive, right? That's half the battle is can you be competitive? And the way football works, things go in ebbs and flows. But last point before I let you go.
Hey, that's just 2 games. If they had 10 more games to play, they still could have made a bowl game. If they lose, just like they lost against USC.
You mean just like they lost against Stanford, the worst team in the conference? Remember?
I'm just saying that, but they still lost the 2 games, but they still could have.
And lost to Stanford. And lost to Stanford, the worst team in the conference. Don't forget that. Up by 29 points.
Hey, bro, I love you, man. Hey, thanks for letting me.
Also, Timmy, appreciate the call, man. 0187 and Mr. Campbell coming to you.
Hey, Scott, how you doing? It's Terry from Baton Rouge.
What's up, Terry? Talk to me.
Look, man, since we talking about this, man, I just had a conversation this morning about this entire thing you talking about, man. And I quoted scripture, and I'm going to quote it to you this morning. Proverbs 16 and 18 say, pride go before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. He came in wrong. When you come in high-minded, and you telling young men to hit the transfer portal and all that stuff, man, you didn't come in humble. You came in with a attitude that was just so horrible to these young men that it was ridiculous. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get off here. If you look at the transfer portal now, you mean to tell me all these young men are wrong who get in the portal? They not wrong. You can't treat people that kind of way, man, and expect somebody to remain under you. You're not teaching them. You're not developing them. You're talking to them like they're nothing, and you want them to remain under you. It's not going to happen. God frowns on pride, but he blesses humility. And my grandmother always used to say it this way, you can catch more flies with honey than you can vinegar. If you treat them people like that, they are going to go somewhere else and flourish. I promise you. So and now what you're also seeing with this guy talking about, we talking bad about Deion and all this stuff here. Your behavior talking bad for you. We're just talking about your behavior. We ain't talking about you. You're showing us who you are. One last statement and I'm gone. Maya Angelou say, when a person show you who they are the first time, believe them. Because what you see who Deion Sanders is, that's him. Bless you, Scotty.
Hey,
I'm gonna hang up and I'm gonna listen some more.
Hey, appreciate it. Hey, man, I love when a little Bible gets sprinkled up in these live streams. Get a little word in you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go look it up. Proverbs. Mr. Campbell, coming to you. Then Sean. Then N.O. Joe.
Hey, man, I'm going to talk about this from two sides. And I want to talk about from the football side and what Deion is doing. So let's just project this out, right? Because Deion said his son going to be a top 5 pick, right?
Yep.
We all know the NFL is ran by conservative, rich white men, right?
Yep.
How many times have we heard and seen these owners and GMs say, I want somebody that looks like me or represents my brand? You don't think a GM, when Shedeur's on that board and the owner, and he thinks about what if they draft Shedeur and they don't treat Shedeur right or they don't draft the right player? What you think Deion gonna do? You think Deion gonna keep his mouth shut?
Nope.
You think Deion is not gonna say anything? They should have drafted a receiver in the 4th round. That's what Shedeur needs. Or when they put out there and play Shedeur, why Shedeur ain't playing in the first game? White folks ain't got no time for that. And they'll be like, you know what? They will draft a lesser player just so they won't have to deal with the BS. So don't tell me this doesn't happen because I've seen it happen. So this is the thing what my problem is with Deion. You are Deion Sanders. The fact that you're responding to somebody that you have no clue who it is, bruh, this is why people get upset about this. It's because you constantly respond to things you don't need to respond about. Same thing. You just showed the video. And I'm going to say this to all you Colorado MFers who don't even know what Colorado is on the map. People from HBCU don't give a damn about Deion. We actually rooted for Deion. What we don't like is what Deion did in that video. You talk about one thing and you talk bad about the thing that got you there. Because if it wasn't for HBCU, Deion would not have a degree. If it wasn't for Jack State, Deion would not have that Colorado job. So I'm going to give y'all that for free. So you see what Coach Reed did, she went out classy. She went out with integrity. She said, thank you, Jackson State, for allowing me to have this platform and I can move to my next platform. That's what people are upset about. Because, frankly, we don't give a damn what Colorado does because we didn't go to Colorado. And then none of you son of bitches go to Colorado either. So that's what kills me about all of y'all. So I'm going to say this again. This is why people look at this is because it sets a bad precedent. Because you're actually harming your son by constantly doing it. And then you know what's going to be questioned? And I'm not questioning Shedeur, but I'm going to say what people are going to say. Well, is Shedeur going to have a good work ethic? Look at his pops. As soon as something goes wrong, he's got an outburst. Is Shedeur like that? Those are things Shedeur's going to have to answer. That he wouldn't even have to answer if his father was not doing that. They're going to ask him that. Do you have the same personality like your father? He's going to have to deal with that. So again, these perfect teams that might be perfect for Shedeur, they might actually pass on him just for the fact because of all the outside noise. And we see that because you just said, which I don't believe it, but you just said Spencer Rattler dropped a couple rounds because of a Netflix document. Well, I don't believe that because I think the kid couldn't play, but I'm going to just use that argument, right? Why that couldn't happen to Shedeur.
It's facts.
Why that couldn't happen. And no, Sean, I don't have to. No. And Sean said, relax. No, Sean, I'm not going to relax because this is foolishness that I constantly hear from people that have no ties to Colorado. And they're going to talk about us who actually supported this man through his journey from Talladega to Jackson State. So no, I have skin in the game. These Colorado people, fans do not. So no, we don't have to relax. We're calling it what we see it. So I'm keeping it 100. So that's my thing, man. So I'm gonna ask you a question, Scott. Tell me if I'm wrong that you've watched football long enough that you have not. You know how these GMs we've observed. Let's say this because we don't know. We've observed these GMs and owners. Do they not say these things?
Yeah, they do.
When they're looking at draft picks,
they do. And then it's like it's tolerance and talent. It's how much are you willing to tolerate that comes with Shedeur, right? Because you know the fanfare, you know the jersey sales, you know what's coming with the fanfare. But is his talent worth all the backlash or headaches that's going to come with Shedeur? You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. And I'm gonna ask you one other quick question because I'm just want to run this out. Is Shedeur more talented than Caleb Williams?
No, not even close.
Okay. Michael Penix.
Oh, definitely not.
Okay. Jaden Daniels.
Drake. No, hell no. Drake May, yes. Yes. Drake May, yes.
Drake May, yes.
Yes.
Bo Nix.
Ooh, I think that's a push. I give it a push. Cam Ward, I don't know.
And now, and then last but not least, JJ McCarthy.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So somewhere in that realm. So again, and the only reason why I said that because again, people are going to draft for what they need. So all these teams we named have already drafted quarterback. So again, you're starting to already limit teams that might be able to, again, draft him high because they like, you know what? I don't even want the foolishness. So that's the reason why I'm just pointing that out, man. So again, I think people are missing the mark of what you're trying to point out. Again, nobody hates Deion. Nobody hates Shedeur. But again, it's the way you present yourself that causes people to screw. Because you know what? If they would say nothing, you wouldn't even have a show today.
That's fair. I love it. I love it.
All right, man.
All right,
yeah, man.
Appreciate it. And that's the thing for me. He's just more athletic. That's the thing that I say a push because Shedeur's arm and accuracy is better than Bo Nix, but Bo Nix's athletic ability is better than Shedeur. So that's why I said a push. Let me explain my premise. I'm not a Drake May fan, so I think Shedeur is better than him. Jaden, Michael, Caleb, he's not even in that class. He's not even in that range. So that's why he wouldn't have been drafted in the first round this year. JJ McCarthy. Let me say why I think Shedeur is better than JJ McCarthy. Because I look at it like this. Outside of JJ McCarthy's legs, right? Because JJ McCarthy can run. If you gave Shedeur Michigan, are they national champions? I think they are. I just think they are. I think he can make the throws outside of the legs of JJ McCarthy. Now, that does change Michigan's scheme because JJ McCarthy and those RPOs, he's keeping it and running it. So you will have to change up the scheme a tad bit. But just arm for arm, I'm taking Shedeur. I like Shedeur's arm. I like Shedeur's accuracy. Let me say that. Who did I say next? So, I think this is Sean. Sean, coming to you.
Hey, Scott, what's good, man?
What's up, Sean? Talk to me.
All right, so let me just get this clear. What Shedeur did was Shedeur being fed up because he hasn't responded to all the turmoil that has been said prior to up until this point. It's his senior year. He's garnered the ability to be able to respond as a child of a coach and defend his father. Secondly, no one in the building, and I want to make this clear, no one in the building at the University of Colorado has anything negative to say about anyone in the HBCU space or place. Have not. Now, as far as the roster turnover goes, if you really want to blame somebody, blame my cousin, Corey Phillips, because he came from places that garnered top-tier talent. His last stop was at LSU, where he was over things and he know what first-round draft picks look like and what talent is supposed to be on the field. So when they came in with their game plan, it's going to roll downhill, of course. But when they came, it's going to start at the top, of course. When they came in with their game plan, that was the first thing that they needed to do was get rid of whoever they needed to get rid of. Would you go into a failing business with people that can't build a business? Would you start a business with people who aren't successful at operating a business the way it needs to be? No, you wouldn't. You're going to go in there with people that you're going to rely on and depend on is going to help your business be more successful.
Well, I got to push back on you. I got to push back on you, Sean. But I got to push back on you. My pushback is a lot of the talent that you did bring in was not successful in the field, right? Like Dylan Edwards wasn't a great back that you fought to get so bad. Like y'all didn't use him correctly. You brought in Xavier Wilkerson. That didn't use him correctly. You had the kid from Houston where he was coming off of ACL, so whatever, right? Jimmy Horn was not that good. I want to be very clear. He had a lot of drops, not that good.
Hold on, Scotty. You of all people know what was going on with that whole debacle. I mean, you can't say.
You said.
But I can say.
You said. I'm just telling you. You said the talent that you was bringing in. I'm just going by that talent. That's all I'm saying.
Right. No. According to the talent and the offensive scheme, you know that there was a clashing since the beginning of that. It was just rolled out and developed into what it developed into until Shermer came in. But to your point, you're correct. The talent that was brought in was supposed to be featured in this so-called up-tempo, high-powered offense. Unfortunately, that scheme was a one-way scheme with no adjustments, or it's my way or highway type of a thing. So there was a lot of headbutting and turmoil that went on behind the scenes that no one knew about except for a minor few. And I will say there was things that Scotty knew that no one else was privy to. However, my point of saying all that is to say this. These guys that actually left that are speaking are far and few in between. Far and few in between. This is the same recycled argument from 2020 to 23, the 23 period. So these people were ushered out. So why is this rehashed again? Well, because other people are leaving. And to tell y'all the truth, the talent on the roster today compared to where it was this time last year is totally different. Top to bottom, and even the incoming transfers. So I'm telling y'all, Colorado is actually running their shit stuff, excuse me.
Yeah, you're fine.
Like a NFL team, like an NFL team. Now, can Deion be more quiet about it? Probably. Is he not? Has he ever been quiet about anything in his career? No.
Nope.
So why would we expect anything different for him? As far as Shedeur, he's been the most quiet. Him and Shallow really don't even say that much. But he's due one or two, but he's not going to get passed on by too many teams. If he, you know what I'm not saying he's the number one overall pick, and I'm not saying he's going to be a top 5 pick. I hope that he lands at the spot where he can develop and grow and in that first round, and then supersede and take over a team and be successful that way. For me, that's the way I want to see it, and I'm pretty sure his father's thinking the same thing.
That's fair. No, listen, I think Shedeur's a first-round draft pick. You know what I'm saying? Based off the quarterbacks right now, because it's always those onesies and twosies who pop up out of nowhere, have a crazy season, and you're like, oh shoot, how they get in the first round, right? So if none of that proceeds to him, proceeds to jump over him, because where quarterbacks are going to beat Shedeur is their athleticism. If they're able to throw like Shedeur and they're just more athletic, then you're going to take them because of the way the league is going with a more mobile style quarterback, right? So, but as of you know what I'm saying? As of right now, I think he's probably like top 3 quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen Carson Beck, so I'm not going to lie and act like he's better. Everybody's putting, huh?
Yeah, Carson Beck is tall, lanky, stiff. He don't have really good hips. He can throw the ball, but not really deep. He struggles with accuracy in some windows. But he's Georgia quarterback, man. He manages it a lot.
You know what I'm saying? So,
he manages a lot.
Let's be real. I would say Shedeur now is probably driving the car more so than he ever did at Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like he's really driving the car now in Colorado, because a lot of games that they were even competitive, it was because of Shedeur. Because at Jackson it was all defense, and then he just needed to score 20 points. As long as he scored 20 points, they was winning. So you know what I'm saying? So he's really driving the car now. So you're seeing an elevation of him playing quarterback now than you ever did at Jackson State. But it is what it is. But last point, Sean, before I let you go.
Yeah, man, I just want to say people relax, man. You know what I'm saying? Shedeur, listen, that's one of the people who still say something about Jackson. Remember, he came out and had a 500-yard day, and then the first thing that he did was talk about HBCU. So the HBCU as a whole is tagged to Colorado, whether you like it or not. And I don't understand the other turmoil. I really don't be on Twitter
in those groups like that to see what's going on. But I just think it's irrelevant at this point, man. So, I mean, I think that we got to continue to do our work. When I say we, I'm talking about Black people in general, whether it be HBCUs or otherwise. And we just got to keep our head down and work all together, man, because we do have some talent in the HBCU field. We just got to feature it more and do what you've been saying, and that's play Power Fives and in the day, man. That's all I got.
Yeah, no problem, Sean. And I'm still hoping Colorado loses. Appreciate you. Appreciate your call.
We still got that friendly, though. We still got that friendly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. Hey, appreciate you, Sean. Listen, and let me be very clear. Sean is absolutely right? No, anybody that I've talked to from the Colorado staff that was at Jackson is now as Colorado, they miss it. They miss that environment. They miss that Black environment and all that. They miss that. They really do. They were just broke. They just broke. Coach Green, JB, and then 3503. What's up, Coach Green?
What's up, man? What up, man?
What's good? Talk to me.
I got one issue.
Talk to me.
I got one issue. Because, I really don't have no opinion on the whole situation, but, listen to some people. I got one issue, and it starts with some of the JSU fans. Not all of them, but some of them. Okay. They talking all this when he did the exact same thing when he was at Jackson.
Yeah.
He's doing a little bit more at Colorado, but he did some of the exact same thing when he was at Jackson. But it was cool when he was there, but now it's not cool. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
You know, Coach Green, I'm rocking with you. I'm rocking with you. Because, and I told you this. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, I'm seeing it on my timeline and everything. I'm like, this is mighty funny to me.
Mighty funny.
Y'all got problems with it, but it was all cool when he was there with y'all.
It was all cool. It was.
He was telling everybody to jump in the portal. It was all good.
It was all good. It was all good, Coach Green. You preaching. It was all. Listen, it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. Okay, I agree.
Exactly.
I agree.
That's my only issue. That was my only issue. I said my piece. That was my big problem right there. Because I was just looking at it. I'm looking at some of these people that used to go back and forth with.
Come on, Coach Green. You preaching.
I'm like, I said, y'all some of the same people that was all cool. Yeah, Coach Tom know what he's doing. we winning championships. And that's wrong. That's terrible. I'm gonna say a Bible verse to Scotty. Just to let you know how wrong he is. Don't bring God in this, man. Don't do that. Because it was cool when he was there. So that's my issue. And I'm out.
Hey, listen.
I'm standing on business.
Hey, Coach Green was.
I'm standing on business.
Hey, listen. If you know, because I was on that island by myself, one pillow, one toothbrush, right? Fighting all them Dion Dick Riders when they was at Jackson. And I was calling everything out. The game at Grambling, when he was talking bad about the fans leaving early and they falling out because of heat exhaustion. When he did the interview with EYL talking about y'all Bamas was stealing money. When he was talking about, oh, y'all don't want to support and y'all don't give no money, all that type of stuff. When he was walking around the football field talking about y'all had golf divots in the practice, all that, I was there. Me, by myself. Telling y'all, hey, man, that ain't right. That ain't right. That ain't right. You had people, part of the Paho State staff, talking about something. He's the allegorical definition of Jesus Christ. That was y'all. All y'all Bama's was drinking the Kool-Aid. Coke, And it was blue. Now, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm in my bag now. Y'all callers gonna have to wait real quick. Y'all callers gonna have to wait. Because I'm about to call it all to the carpet. Oh, yeah. Swag Buzz. All them jokers. Jeff Lightsey. That ninja in Louisville now. Dion couldn't do no wrong when Jeff Lightsey was in the space. That ninja talking about Louisville now. CFL, when he was talking about Colorado, he talking about Jackson State this, Jackson State. Now he's strictly South Carolina State. You get what I'm saying? Like, let's not play these games. Everything is on wax. Don't play me. Do not play me. So that's the part that I have a problem with. Jackson State people talking about he doing this and he doing that. He was doing the same thing for all y'all. And nobody had a problem with it. Nobody cared. He was winning. That's all y'all cared about. Right? That's all y'all care about. Stop playing me, man. I'm not the one. I'm not, as I say, I'm not the 1, the 2, or the 3. Okay? So let's not play this game. I've been 8 toes down. I've been 8 toes down in this thing. I've been 8 toes down in this. I've been talking smack since he was in Jackson when he first got amputated. Stop playing me. JB, coming to you.
Scotty, how the hell am I supposed to follow that rant just now?
I'm sorry.
Why would you do that to me?
I just had to.
No, you good.
I just had to get that off me.
No, you're good, man. First of all, let me give Coach Green his props and his flowers, man. Coach Green nailed it many times over. I don't give him props that often, man, but good stuff. Good call, Coach Green. Now, let me get to what I want to call about, right? All this stuff that he's doing right now, I guess, regarding the, all the chirping on social media, stuff like that, don't go 4-8 again. Because all this stuff goes for naught. Because remember, he came to talk about bringing his luggage with him, 4-8. I got dogs coming in, 4-8. We're going to a new conference next year, 4-8. And Scott, we talked about this the other day. Don't let North Dakota State first game of the season be close. If that's a close game, we're going to have a whole nother set of issues here.
Yeah.
Don't let that happen.
Yeah.
So basically, all this talking is going on right now. All these like DDRs, as you say, stuff like that. Like, first, I need to wipe the stuff off their lips. That's number one. But then number two, you got to win football games because you're going to a conference. We're going to discuss it right now. Nebraska's not guaranteed. Colorado State, who this should be the last year, is not guaranteed. You got Baylor, UCF, Kansas State, which could break forth from there. Cincinnati, Texas Tech might put 50 on them. You got Utah again. Oklahoma State, careful with what you're looking for because all this stuff we're talking right now, guess what? Y'all could barely go 500 or you could go 4-8 again or you could go worse. Now what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Now you have nothing to say.
Yeah.
Because he's worried about Shedeur, the top quarterback. Okay, first of all, Cam Ward's going to be the first quarterback taken, either him or yours from UT. So that's number one. And then the other thing is people talking about, okay, we'll start our spring game. Folks worried too much about, well, he's selling out stuff. All those sellout crowds mean nothing if you're not winning football games. Worry about winning games on the field. Worry about that first before anything else. And Mr. Kempton nailed on the head too. GMs are not going to want to put up with overbearing daddies or wannabe play-by-play guys to deal with those kids. They don't have to put up with that garbage, especially if your quarterback goes 4-8 again this season. They're not going to deal with that mess. Yeah, well, that's all I got, man.
Yeah. No, you good, JB. No, talk your mess, bro. Hey, appreciate the call, JB. Hey, let me say this. 3503, I'm coming to you. 8572, I'm coming to you. Let me say this, right? And my guy, Colorado Chirac Insider, I hope you're not a Chirac Insider. That's scary. Listen, I've said this numerous of times. Deion ain't Deion if he's not winning. It's very simple. Deion is a sore loser. Okay, he's the definition of a sore loser. He doesn't know how to win with grace. He doesn't know how to lose with grace, right? He just doesn't. So he doesn't understand it. So that whole persona and the aura of Deion only comes with winning. It just does. The more he wins, listen, I'm telling you right now, and that's the same thing I said in the SWAC. I said it when he touched down the SWAC. I said the conference is going to be called the DSAC if Deion wins. Okay? The Deion Sanders Athletic Conference if he wins, and that's exactly what happens. It's the same thing in Colorado. If Deion wins, going to a regular bowl game, that's just great for Colorado, right? That's just great for Colorado. You need Deion in the college football playoffs. That's what you need Deion at. Like, to really get that whole prime effect, you need Deion in the college football playoffs. Is that going to happen? Probably not, right? Because he needs to win the conference. I don't think they're going to do that. But that's to get the full essence of what Deion is and what it can really be and how crazy it can be. Because I'm telling you, if you take Jackson State, those 2 years at Jackson State, and Jackson State was an FBS program, oh my freaking God. Oh my freaking God. With all them black people in the state, it would have been crazy. 3503 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
What's going on, Scotty? Eric from Jersey.
Talk to me, Eric from Jersey.
One thing we can't deny is that they were 4-8, right? You know, but we must say it was a good 4-8 because ain't no way in hell.
What's a good 4-8? That's like saying somebody.
Listen. I'm not defending the record. I'm just saying Deion Sanders really had us up at 1 o'clock in the morning watching Colorado versus Colorado State.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll give you that. Yeah, that's fair. I was tired as hell.
It took a while for people to fall off the cliff and be like, all right, this is what it is. And you know it is what it is. As far as that player who called him out in the media from last year's team, whatever, I think it's 50-50, right? I think that everything that he experienced from Deion was probably real, but the truth is, it's like we've all been there when you had that conversation with your coach and you're like, yo, am I good enough to do this or be that? And he just wasn't good enough. And it's okay. You know what I mean? You move on, you do whatever. It's okay for him to voice his opinion about his experience with Deion. I don't see what the uproar is about. Like, he had a bad experience or experience that wasn't favorable to him. So what? Like, you know what I mean? I feel like it's sad that he in the crosshairs, people coming at him all crazy, the Colorado cult, whatever you want to call it. I think that's wild. And to the other caller who said Shedeur might fall for a couple rounds, negative. The worst he'll be is a second-round pick. There's no way, unless he falls off a cliff this year and just has a terrible, terrible, terrible season, there's no way he's making it out the second round. You know what I mean? I think Colorado's defense will be better because I think that they've been making sneaky good moves on that defensive side. So I don't think they're going to get blown out, but they might be 6-6 at best. You know what I mean? I don't see them. I can't see them because Kansas State, I think that's the team they got to worry about the most. Kansas State, even Nebraska, because Nebraska had them on the ropes defensively last year. Kansas State.
If Nebraska didn't have that black cat at quarterback, bro, that Bama is a walking turnover. The black Bama that they had at Nebraska, if they didn't have him at quarterback, they win that game because they couldn't stop the run. I'm sorry. Yeah. Should have been 3-9. Should have been 3-9. I'm sorry.
Right. And you're right. And like I said, Kansas State. That's Mike Gundy. Be your own man. What did he say back in the day? He was like, "I'm a man. I'm 40." You know, he always got a sneaky good team. You know what I mean? So I give them 6-6. You know what I mean? I think they'll get to a bowl game. But you're right. It doesn't matter if they don't get to the playoffs because of the hype that Deion puts behind them.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? It's like, but that's all I gotta say. It's just a couple different things. But the one thing I disagree with the most is my man saying that I think it was the comparison with Spencer Rattler and stuff like that. Shedeur ain't done nothing that bad to put himself out there.
And like I said, the only thing the one thing I respect about Shedeur is he's earned everything. Spencer Rattler came in as a freshman, and everybody was saying he was going to be a #1 pick. Shedeur earned everything that he got as far as a player on the field. So that's why I think you can't take it away from him unless he falls off a cliff.
I'll say 70-30, but I do agree with you. Shedeur has earned a lot of the credit that he got, though. But I've never heard that was a good 4-8. That is ridiculous. Like that is some prime juice drinking if I've ever seen it in my life. Because that's like saying, you know what, man, the Lakers lost by 20, but it was a good 20 though. Like what? You lost, or the Suns getting swept, and they're like, hey man, but they put up a good fight. They got swept. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Come on, man. Like I hear you. 4-8's bad, okay? And losing to Stanford, the worst team in the division, that is bad. It's just bad. Yeah. I know. Appreciate the call, though, Eric.
Do you agree with?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So real quick, do you agree with that Travis is going to be all that they say he's going to be? Because I mean, I feel like it's situationally with him, like because we still haven't really realized what position he's really going to play at the next level. I think that could hurt.
In the league, I don't see a lot of. I don't know if people can. I don't know how many people can be a Cordell Stewart in the league, right? Like Slash. Like I don't know if you'll have those, quarterback and then go to wide receiver and then play a little running back. Like I don't know how much they're going to allow him to do that in the league. I don't think he's a NFL cornerback. That's just my personal opinion. I think he's an NFL safety, right? But he doesn't like to tackle like that. So that's why I wouldn't put him at safety, right? Or I'll keep him at free safety and just, you little clip, you swipe at the legs or whatever. I think he's an NFL wide receiver. I really believe that. Now, does he have to work on his route running? Absolutely. But I do believe he's an NFL wide receiver. And if you put him at corner, I think he's good to go guard a #2 receiver in the NFL. I really do believe that. I wouldn't put him on #1 guy in the NFL. Absolutely not. Absolutely. That's just me personally, though.
Appreciate it.
No problem, Eric. Appreciate you, man. 2197 coming to you.
Scotty,
What's
my
up,
guy.
What's up, man? What's your name? Where you calling from?
This Cali Dre from the West Coast, man. You know I've been waiting in line a long time to get this in with you, brother. You over here having your picnic. You got your pom-poms back there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody dancing on Deion Gray. Y'all, yeah. Let me talk to you for a second, brother. Okay? Y'all want to talk numbers?
Callie,
you giving me all this 4-8? Yes, sir. Yes,
Callie,
sir.
Real quick before you go, Kendrick or Drake? Which one was better?
I gotta go K-Dot, man. I mean, I gotta go K-Dot.
I agree. Okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead. I'm just
okay. At least we gonna agree on something today, because you ain't gonna agree with what I'm talking about after this. Okay, right, so check this out, brother.
Go ahead.
All right, look, you want to talk numbers? You giving us this 4-8 nonsense? Okay, so let me give you some numbers, right? As of what is this here? What am I looking at? As of about October, Deion Sanders' move to Colorado generated $45 million in earned media money for the school, according to Apex Marketing Group. Mm-hmm. Okay. As of December, the Buffalo sold out every game at home this year for the first time in program history, earning $113.2 million for the town economy.
Okay.
Now, you want to talk about 4-8, but that 4-8 and that coach that went 4-8 did a whole lot for the Buffaloes and the city of Boulder. So my point is this, right? We can go back and forth on whether it's a good 4-8, whether it's a bad 4-8, well, however. The reality is, it's been 1 year. It was 1 year with 70 new players and a Pac-12 conference that blew up in his face.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, again, I support Deion. I support all my black coaches, man. I think we definitely have to support and empower them, however you feel about Deion. But it's only been 1 year. Okay. And I like what they're doing as far as building a defense, like the previous caller said in the offseason. I think they're going to be better this year. But let's talk about another number, right? The conference that they're moving to is not as strong as it was. I believe Texas and Oklahoma are leaving.
Yes, they
are.
Yes, they are.
So the conference that they're moving to is actually playing to their advantage because the two strongest teams are leaving. So again, everybody have your parade now. I see you got your pom-poms, you got your picnic wear out and everything, but I promise you, it's gonna get better. And these fiestas that you have, man, are gonna be mum next year. I promise you that.
Hey, listen, they're not going undefeated, so I'm gonna have me a fiesta. So it's gonna happen.
Yeah, well, they ain't going undefeated. We can definitely agree on that. I don't think they're going undefeated. They're gonna have a better year.
So
they're gonna go better in 4 next.
So I'm gonna enjoy some losses. Okay, so let's just be very clear about that.
But it's playing to their advantage, man. Everybody's dancing now, but when I look at the landscape, to me, it's playing to their advantage. The two strongest teams are leaving the conference that they're going to, and all they got to do is play better, which I think they will, and I think they can. Oh. And this is Shedeur's last year. This is an NFL year for him. You're gonna get the best out of him, and so I think this raises the level of play for everybody. I could be wrong, but that's how I'm looking.
Okay,
at it.
So let me push back on you a little bit because I took some notes. Okay. I took some notes while you were talking since we was doing numbers. Right now, let me ask you. You said sold out games. You said every game was sold out, right?
Every home game for the first time in program history. Yes, sir.
Program history. How did that work against Stanford? Did that help her? I'm just trying to get an understanding.
Yeah, it helped because it's going to help to build some new facilities to get some better recruits in there. And this is kind of the conversation that I was having in the chat, which is,
I got more questions.
What did this? Go ahead.
Stay on the question. Did it help or hurt them in the game? That's a yes or no. Did it help or hurt them?
I don't. I'd say that's hard to quantify. I'd say that's hard to quantify.
Okay, that's fine. I understand. You said $113 million raised. How many of those bought wins? Can you help me with that?
You can't buy wins, Scotty. So your lens of looking at it is already skewed because you can't buy wins. What you can buy is good facilities to get good players to get wins. It's a process, and that's the point that I've been trying to make to you this whole time. It's a process. He's been there 1 year and he's already achieved this. So again, I'm looking at it very, very optimistic.
So you're giving me millions of dollars that had nothing because you just said I would be very good what you just said. You said,
well, I mean, but you're hung up on the 4-8, and I'm just trying to tell you it's bigger than the 4. That 4-8 still did a tremendous amount for that program and for that city, and it's going to pay its dividends. It may not have paid dividends in every game last year, but going forward, I promise you, it will pay dividends.
Sir,
that I can stand on.
I'm confused. Is Dion a football coach that cares about winning, or is he the financial advisor to the city of Boulder? Like I'm just trying to understand.
Every coach cares about winning, Scotty, but only one team hoists that trophy at the end of the year. There's only one team that hoists that trophy at the end of the year. And there are other metrics that you can measure to determine if the moves you're making are successful. And based on Dion arriving at Boulder, they sold out every game.
Okay.
So how can that be considered a failure?
Now,
you know what I mean? That's where I get a little bit confused with your point. You know what I mean?
No. So let me ask. Okay. I'm so glad you said that. You said one trophy at the end of the year. Did they sniff that trophy at the end of the year? I'm just asking.
Oh no, they didn't sniff it.
They didn't sniff it. Okay.
No.
Okay. Let me. I got another question for you. Out of the $113 million that was raised in the city, the season, was that the number one price tag all through college football? Because I just want to see if Dion won anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you win in the money raised? Did you win in the football? Like, I'm just trying to understand. Like, were they top 5? I mean. Like, I'm just trying to understand, like, because you're throwing numbers out, so I'm just trying to see if they won the numbers game, right? Because my guy, he likes to jump in and out. He said something. He said the Cowboys are the richest team that don't win, but see, we still won the richest team. You get what I'm saying? Like, we're still number one in something. You get what I'm saying?
Well, as the previous caller stated, you guys were up at 1:00 in the morning watching those games. So I'd say he won the battle for attention, and I'd say, that's going to translate. Again, Scotty, it takes time. It takes time, and that's what I want a lot of people to understand. I played D1 college football. I was a scholarship athlete. I've seen this up close and personal. I've seen teams go 1-11 and turn around and are in a bowl game the next year or hoisting the trophy.
Yeah.
It can happen. But the 4-8. I agree in a sense with your previous caller that the 4-8 wasn't a bad 4-8 because there were a lot of other positive things that were achieved in the season, even though it didn't show up on the field. Now, it's Deion's job this year to get the right players in there, get the right coaching done, and make it show up on the field. But aside from that 4-8 record, there's a lot of positive things going on in Colorado, man. And that's my only point. That's my only point.
I'm. You know what, man? Let me tell you this, Callie, and I really respect you, bro. If I was you, I would see if I can get you on the payroll for the border travel information program.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'm open for it.
Yeah, you should. I would definitely put you on the border travel information program because just talking about the city of Boulder seems like it's a win, but just like Colorado.
No, listen, Scotty. I speak from experience, man. Like I said, I'm a scholarship D1 athlete. Okay, I played in a Pac-12 program. I've seen these things up close and personal, and what the normal fan would see as a down year, in the background, it helps sometimes. All the numbers I just read to you, the 113 million, 7-out program history, that's how you get recruits.
Hey.
That's how you get 5-star recruits. That's how you build facilities that 5-star recruits want to come to. So again, you focused on the record, and that's more than fair. That's more than fair. You know what I mean? But what I want to say is there's more positive things that are happening that are going to help build this program.
You're so right. You know what? Let me. I want to stick on those numbers. Colorado raised $94 million in football revenue last year. You know what they ranked? 51st. Okay, they can't even win that. You know who was number one? Ohio State. $251 million. So once again, and they weren't even the number one in the Pac-12. It was Oregon. So they can't even win that.
But were you up at 1:00 in the morning watching Ohio State and Oregon football? Or were you up watching Colorado? I mean, let's be honest. Let's just be honest, right? So again, there's a lot of positive things going on in Boulder that didn't translate on the field in year one.
Yeah.
But I believe will translate going forward based on my experience playing Division I football. Okay. And that's all I'm saying.
Okay, well,
you can take it however you want. You guys can pounce on the 4-8. That's fine. But there's going to be a turnaround, man. It's going to be a turnaround.
I mean, I'm a pounce on the 4-8 because we're talking about.
I know you're gonna pounce. You gonna pounce regardless. I know that.
Yeah.
I know that.
They can go 6-6. I'm gonna pounce on all the 6.
I know that. But I see it from a different lens because I've been there and I've seen programs turn it around in 1 year, doing the exact things that Deion was able to do, the energy that he was able to infuse in that city, the belief. Before you can win a championship, you got to believe that you can win a championship. You got to get players that believe. You got to get the town to believe. You got to get the boosters to believe. And then it happens, bro. Like it sounds crazy. It sounds, you know what I mean? But I've been there and I've seen the power of that momentum. And I'm telling you, man, he's got all the ingredients. It didn't work out in year one, but what they were able to generate is the type of things that you generate to be able to win going forward.
All right. I love it, Callie Dre. We'll see you in the season, my boy.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Let me see where I'm going. 8572. I'm gonna come to you last because you already talked. So I'm gonna come to you last. I'm gonna get people who haven't talked. KP, what's up, boy?
Wow, what's up with it, Scotty?
Talk to me, KP.
Hey man, look, let me tell these Colorado fans, bro, it's fool's gold what they talking about. Because if you want to be real, if you're a football head, that first game against TCU, they were a 21-point underdog. They should have lost that game.
They should have.
A few drop passes by TCU, you 0-1. Nebraska, the defense shut you down. They had a competent quarterback, you 0-2. So all this sellout, all this packed house, that might not be what's good. That was going to happen if you go 0-2. Colorado State, they go for it on 4th and 3 instead of punting and giving that long drive to Shedeur to tie the game up. You could be 0-3 if they make that first down. So let's be real and let's not pretend that your season could have been 0-3. Let's start right there. So all this sellout and all this Deion fanatic, what game did you really win last year that convinced you to say that this team is a national championship team coming into next year? Please tell me that. What game that you played 60 minutes and you can say, man, we beat this team, maybe Arizona State. I'll give you that, and you was in a battle in that game. So what really success are you really going off of? Because The games you won, you should have lost.
Hey, KP.
A few plays here. Yeah.
And I'm glad you did that because they love to talk about the games. They love to talk about the games they should have won. Oh, man, we should have had Stanford. Oh, we should have had USC. If Travis Hunter was playing, we would have had USC. I mean, we would have beat them too. You know what I'm saying? Well, Oregon just whooped our ass, but, it is what it is. So it just, to me, you can't have it both ways, right? Like, you can't be like, oh, we would have won this if you would have did this. But then you talk about, you would have lost if you would have did, because if TCU runs the ball, you lose. I don't know why why the offensive coordinator made them throw the ball. If they run the ball, they win that game. It's very simple. So
easily.
So it just goes both ways. I love what you did right there, KP.
It does.
I love that.
But man, good show, man. Keep it up, bro. I'm gonna get back in the chat, bro.
I appreciate you, KP. 9197. I'm locking my call line.
Has been locked.
9197, then 8572. Then I'm gonna set my last point. We're gonna get up out of here. 9197. You live. What's your name? Where you come from?
This is Earl from DC. What's up, Scotty?
What's up, man? Talk to me. DMV, you're good with me. Talk to me.
You already know. But, man, look, man, first of all them close losses that everybody talks about, those close losses are because of coaching. Oregon State was because of coaching. Stanford was because of coaching. It was due to clock management. UCLA as well. So, everybody keeps clamoring about how all those games was close, but they need to take some accountability to why those close games were lost. Hopefully, he learned from last year and he gets better. Now, the next thing is, I don't understand what all the uproar is about this Twitter stuff. We got to stop treating these athletes like they playing ankle-biter football. They playing big-time, big league football, damn near pros, especially nowadays with NIL. Like, we got to stop being soft. And it's very telling that HBCU Twitter gets in an uproar every time something happens. It's like, man, have y'all just started following this thing? Like, them kids here way worse in the film room, trust me. And in all reality, young Caleb, he was right. They keep talking about he was a walk-on, he didn't have stats, but he cooked that man to the point where that man was on there walking on the field. So I don't know. I think we got to look at this from a different perspective and stop causing so much of an uproar every time something happens. Talk about something, we told you so, and this is bad leadership. Like, it's not that serious, man.
That's fair. No, I agree. That's fair. That's fair assessment. Hey, appreciate the call, though, my guy. I think I like what he said about the coaching, because we know y'all don't be doing no coaching. Okay, then he just hires a bunch of white boys and hope that they bail him out. That's really what it came down to. So ain't no coaching. And double T double O, come on, man. You know, hey. It's hey. It runs through my blood. You know what? It's funny that you say this, double T double O. Because you be the main one talking about something. Oh, they're not playing anybody. Oh, they're not doing this right. Oh, they're not. I don't give a damn if you went 0-11 to 4-8. You still lost. And you have a losing record. Did you make it to a bowl game? No. Did you lose to the worst team in your conference outside of you? Yes. What are you talking about? You still suck. 1-11 to 4-8. Oh, did you see the improvement? Hey. Thank you. All right, 8572 coming to you.
Hey, what up, Scotty?
What's up, man?
It's not that we talking about what people say, but you profess to be a godly man, so you supposed to show some proof. It ain't that I'm trying to say that they ain't heard worse stuff, but you can't say one thing and say, oh man, I love God, I treat people right, I do this, but then you go out there and just throw people under the bus. You can't have it either way, man. If you lukewarm I'll spill you out. And I'm just saying, man, you can't stay on the Bible and then switch it up. That's the thing I don't like about Dion. I don't know how you feel about that, Scotty, but you can't run around saying you love Jesus and then switch it up and then want to change. You can't be either or. Or if you are, man, what are you gonna do? I just don't get people. If you're gonna be a godly man, then be a godly man. There's been a lot of godly men coaches out there. You ain't never heard that about your boy Tony Dungy. If he was a godly man, what was he? He stood on it. Dion likes to flip-flop, man. And I think that's the thing where a lot of people don't agree with. And you said it quite a few times. You can't run around and say that Jesus told you to come to Jackson, and now you at Colorado. I mean, come on, bro. I ain't never seen Tony switch it up. If Tony was what he was, that's what he was. Deion, he likes to pick and choose, man. And that's the thing that I don't agree with. I can care less about the coaching because, as you already stated, he get guys to bail them out. How much coaching is he really doing?
Not
is he
much.
really coaching them defensive back? Or is he got masters over there that's running people up out of there? I'm out. You be cool, man.
Appreciate you, bro. Listen, that's actually pretty funny. Listen, I don't care. Listen, bro. I don't care if Colorado goes to the Chick-fil-A Bowl or the Cheez-It Bowl. First of all, you should be able to get 6 wins in the Big 12. I'm sorry. If Deion can't get 6 wins in the Big 12, you're trash. This team is ass. Okay? Because we have to listen. The one thing about me is I'm a realist. We knew the Pac-12 had a lot of quarterbacks coming back, and they were already very established teams, right? So we knew it was going to be a hard sled selling. I don't know what the Colorado or the Deion Dick Riders was drinking. Talk about, 8 wins and 7 wins and not, ain't no possible way, okay? And the biggest Dick Rider of them all, Big Dog Chico, talk about some, I seen, I've talked to the team. I've talked to Deion. I've talked to Prime 9 and said, you Dick Rider, you didn't know shit. You didn't know a damn thing, okay? So realistically, I said 3 wins, they got 4. Kudos. If you go to the Big 12 and you can't get 6 wins in the Big 12, you're ass. You're ass. Absolutely ass. Point blank, period. I'm just keeping it like that. So I expect them to go at least 6-6, 7-5. I ain't gonna hold you. But yeah, if you lose to North Dakota State off the rip, boy, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. If they lose to North Dakota State, I don't give a damn if they go 11-1. I'm going to turn that crank so hard, no diddy, I'm going to be on that loss forever. Forever. Okay? Last point before I get up out of here. All you Pajot State fans, ooh, looks like people aren't happy. Looks like people aren't happy with that Margaret. Looks like fans are not happy with Miss Margaret. It's going to be a fun season of basketball. Can't wait. Can't wait. All right, listen. You already know what it is. If you're just turning in live, the baby, if you would like to give anything to our baby registry, they're in the link in the description below. We'll be much appreciative. Make sure we give you a shout out on the channel. All right. If you missed the early part of the show, go back, watch a little bit of godliness work. All right. And that is my time. Listen, you already know what it is. Until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm a holla. God bless.